Hello everyone. In my today's session, I'll be discussing about what are belief systems in psychology. The question arises, what are belief systems? We know that human being is a social animal. This is a common fact. Moreover, the human being is defined as a rational being. It is clear and nobody can deny that human creatures include logic, mathematics, philosophy, science, and jurisprudence. These are all products of rationality or abstract thought. Nevertheless, human sociability goes further that the sociability of an animal herd. Societies were founded, cohere, develop, degenerate, and die based on their belief systems. The use of term belief system can be highly confusing. Psychologists, political scientists, and anthropologists tend to use the term in rather different ways and different senses. There is a some network of interrelated concepts and propositions at varying levels of generality, and there are some processes by which a human or computer accesses and manipulates that knowledge under current activating circumstances or in the service of a particular current purpose. Belief systems are actually the structures of norms that are interrelated and that vary mainly in the degree in which they are systematic. What is systematic in belief system is the interrelationship between different several beliefs. So we can say that belief systems are the stories we tell ourselves to define our personal sense of reality. Every human being has a belief system that they utilize, and it is through this mechanism that we individually make sense of the world around us. Perceived reality is constructed by means of systems of sign being affected and being changed by means of belief systems. A subject cannot understand a sign without taking about a system that is learned socially and that allows him to make a sense of perception. Let's have an overview of regarding the characteristics of belief system. Belief system has certain properties and through them social significance. Some characteristics of belief systems are personal commitment, which is one of the most observable and interesting features of an ideology. If it were not for the fact of personal commitment, belief systems could have strong social consequences. The study of social systems would not be so interesting. Secondly, belief systems have an existence that it is independent of the committed believers. The believers do not wholly contain the belief system. In fact, you can say that they are unlikely to be aware of more than a small part of it, and knowingly or unknowingly, they must take the rest of the belief systems on faith. Thirdly, the psychological mechanisms such as cognitive congruence may help to explain individual commitment, but it do not necessarily explain the connectivity of a belief system in an overall human society. Then fourthly, with this part is very important, that is the lifespan of the belief system is potentially longer than the life of a span of believers. Then the belief systems vary almost infinitely in substantive content. In last, I can say that the boundaries of belief systems are generally, although not always, undefined. Collections of beliefs do not generally have neat boundaries. Let's have an overview regarding the elements of belief systems. The elements, the concepts, propositions, rules of a belief system are not consensual. This is the elements of a system might be quite different from those of a second in the same content domain, and third system may be different from each other. The first difference is that there is an individual difference. The individual difference of this kind do not generally categorize into ordinary knowledge systems except insofar as one might way to represent differences in capability of complexity. Belief systems also may vary in complexity, but the most extensive variation is conceptual variation at a roughly comparable level of complexity. I must say that values can be implicit or explicit. Belief systems define what is good or valuable. Ideal values tend to abstract summaries of our behavioral attributes which social system rewards formulated after the fact. Social groups think of themselves, however, as a setting out various things in order to implement and execute their own value. Substantial belief basically can be represented as SB. They are the most important and basic beliefs of a belief system. Statements such as all the power for the people, God exists, black is beautiful, and so on comprise the actual content of belief systems and may take almost any form. For the believers, substantive beliefs are the focus of interest basically. Then we have orientation. The believer may assume the existence of framework of assumptions around his thought. It may not actually exist. The orientation he shares with other believers may be illusionary. For example, consider almost any politic or socialist belief system. Such system evolves highly detailed and highly systematic doctrines long after they come in existence, and they came into existence for rather specific substantive beliefs. Then we can have an element as a language. It is the logic for belief system. Language of belief system is composed of logical rules which relate one substantive belief to another within the belief system. Language must be inferred from regularities in a way set of substantive belief system, whatever we are using it. Thank you so much. That is all from my side. Allah Hafiz.